Hi, it's Gabby. Hey, I always do that on the wrong hand now. I actually just did this whole fucking video and my microphone's dead and I didn't notice until it was too late. But anyways, another mom talks coming at you. Miss Rachel in the background. We're getting close to witching hour, so I'm going to try to get this in quicker than I did before because I've already spent about 5 minutes talking. And I just wanted to get one video in before I have to go do my motherly duties. But I want to talk about disposable diapers versus cloth diapers. Cloth diapers are 100% cheaper, but these are things and the reasons I don't do them. I do not have access to a washer and dryer at my house. I do not have a vehicle to take me to the laundromat on a regular basis. If you do not have these two things, no, it's not even worth it. It really isn't, especially if you have multiple kids, especially if you work full time, any of those things. It takes way too much effort. But if I actually had the confidence to do this with my singleton, I would have done it completely. I had access to a washer and dryer, and it was one kid, not two, like my twins I've tried it with. And even with them, like if I had a washer and dryer or a car to take me to the laundromat, I totally would. Because, you change them just as often as you do a disposable diaper. There's no difference in that. And I don't care what anyone says. I saw no difference, and I put it on my kids multiple different stages. I have a little stash as an emergency in case I don't have the money to buy disposables or access to that. And I still would tell you that it's a lot. So hand washing them in your tub is a chore. It is possible. There's tons of things out on the internet to be able to do that, but it is a chore. Biggest thing you need is they do have like fancy things specifically for cloth diapers where you get a hose connected to your toilet and then it has a sprayer shield. You put the sprayer shield in the basin, rinse off any poop, and you always want to rinse out some pee. If not, it'll stink up those pads and everything. But honestly, I found a sprayer bidet from Walmart.com, Amazon, Target, any of those things. I don't think they would be in person, but you can definitely try. And then a garbage pail. And really the whole point of the shield is so that pee, poop, and water doesn't come out of your toilet because you're spraying something in your toilet. The sprayer was super easy to put together for my husband, and the biggest thing was you just need a wrench to be able to move the bolt and put it on. It does not affect our toilet whatsoever. Like with flushing when you regularly do, there's a way to turn it on and off if you feel uncomfortable, but I use it now as a true bidet and I hardly ever remember to turn off the sprayer, and it does not affect anything. My husband does not use it. None of it. The only thing is don't use the sprayer while you're flushing the toilet because the water will go to the wrong place. Instead of filling the basin, it goes out the sprayer. But yes, that is like regular maintenance and then in between washes, you kind of just let those completely dry. If not, they can mold and stink up. And that's like the washing process. You do need to do a natural laundry soap that honestly I use now anyways in replace of my stuff. It's super easy, lasts a million times longer than anything I've ever used. But as long as you use an all-natural one, it seems to be okay. There are specific ones for cloth diapers if you wish, but you really don't need to do that. I would just look up a homemade laundry soap. If you're interested in the one I use, comment below and I'll gladly answer. And then they're all different kinds of cloth diapers, and they're anywhere between $5 and $20 if you have a specific brand. I got a lot from someone else, and there's a bunch of different brands on there, and I didn't really notice a difference. I didn't even notice a difference. The only thing is one brand out of all, like there was like 6 or 7 brands that I had in that seemed to be bigger. So like when I put it on them when they were younger, I couldn't use them because even the smallest setting, it was like all the pee was coming out of there. You do buy covers and the inserts. The inserts also come in all different varieties. There's a whole bunch of them in there, from bamboo to regular cloth to all the different things that they use. I mix them. I didn't even pay too attention. I just always put 2 pads in. And I don't think it made a difference. I'm sure other people would think I'm crazy for that. Yeah, and I will say all of the basic ones work. I think they would work newborn to 12 months, like they say, with the way their buttons are formed. I do believe in toddlerhood you need to get a new one. I think they would barely fit my 10-month-olds right now, and I do give birth to giant children, but still. And what else? Butt bags are great. If you can get them used, that's even better because there is a washing process to kind of like break down the fabric from brand new so that it can absorb better. And kind of over time, as you wash them more, the better it'll absorb until it kind of absorbs too much and then you kind of have to get rid of it. But that is a long process between A and B, just so we're clear. The washing first time process, it's really like, I think they said 3 to 5 washes you should do. They are, like I had said, I don't know how much the liners are. I can't lie. I think I saw like a bunch of them that wasn't bamboo. It was just like this cotton cloth. And it was like maybe $50 for like 10 of them. But don't quote me on that. But it's definitely something. The earlier in your pregnancy you have this idea, the better, because then you can slowly buy them like literally every paycheck. Because you need like 20, especially for newborns, and that's like between a day or two. Because you're changing it as much as the disposable, which I think people think is different, but it's not. And you do tend to have more leaks with it. I was never able to figure it out. People said at 3. I think 2 is way too much, as is. Yeah. So one negative, like I said, is the washing. You do have to wash it a lot. And hand washing is not as easy as the internet makes it seem. And then another thing that I think is a big thing is I think using disposables at night made a huge difference. And during my kids' sleep made a huge difference with their sleeping because of the leaking issue. And now that I use disposable, I've noticed a huge difference. And even when I was using cloth, I used disposable for sleep and I had no regrets about that. But yeah, those are my biggest things about that. Disposable, I absolutely love. There's a huge variety of what you can buy. I think it's like per baby because you also have to check out sensitivities per baby, and everyone has different sensitivities. It's not the diapers. Poopier, the cheaper the diapers, the poopier they are made. They still work perfectly fine, and no one's going to judge you for that. And if they do, they can shove a big one. I think Pampers and Huggies are all right, but I don't think they deserve the hype that they do. I know a lot of my friends do use Loves because they're not as cheap, but they're not expensive. They're kind of that middle ground. I had them a couple times with my oldest. I didn't see any issue with them. I liked them a lot. My oldest used way different, more variety because he had sensitivities and just whatever we could purchase at that moment. With these guys, it was mainly Pampers, couple Huggies, and then a couple cheapies. And now I found a Rascal and Friends, which is sold at Walmart. I don't know if it's sold anywhere else. It's like a hypoallergenic sensitive brand. My sister got it for me randomly, and I've been absolutely in love with it since. We've used it for 2 full sizes, going on 3. I don't think I'm going to turn back. It's made with like a cotton, but it holds their urine the best out of any diaper I've used, and that's why I want to use it. And, perks for the hypoallergenic, hypersensitive, because my oldest is super skin sensitive, so, you never know how these guys are going to be. But I also like their wipes, and I've been obsessed with Hello Bella wipes for a long time. Never used their diapers, but obsessed with their wipes. And for myself and for my kids and everything. And I will say Rascal and Friends are at par with them. I love them both very much. So I use those wipes and diapers currently. Like I said, the only reason I picked it is because of the way they hold and the way they fit. I just like it. But I think it's really up to you how much money you have to spend and whatever you want to do. And I like Pampers a lot for newborn stage with those little tiny peas. But as the peas got more thicker, they have a smell to them. And I just felt, I don't know, they felt like weird to the touch. And these ones don't, even when they're super full, which I like. So I'm a sensitive girly. But it's really all about what access you have, what effort you want to put in. And yes, I know diapers are the worst when it comes to the earth. But what are you going to do? You know what I mean? What are we going to do? If you have all of this for cloth diapering, then great. But honestly, I switched to disposable and haven't turned back since. I do have a handful for emergency, but that's about it. But yeah, so no judgment. That's where I came from. If you have any questions, comment below.